आता या व्हिडिओन in the third video on discussion that I am continuing on the stability of the Goa part of Mahadayi interstate river basin. I want to stress on something which is extremely important but perhaps has been forgotten and not much has been done in that regard. For a composite, detailed scientific study like what Kerala government has done and what other governments, especially in Turkey, in Iran, and all have been doing. All those type of studies are required from engineering point of view, from geophysical, geodynamic point of view, hydrological point of view. Otherwise, we may continue to discuss and debate about diversion, but in the process, we are likely to forget that there are genuine issues of man-made and natural catastrophes which are occurring right, inside Goa, within the delimited boundary of the basin inside Goa. And it is our duty not to forget the truth that we cannot ignore. We have to put first our house in order and also at the same time understand what is happening to the health of this river basin. So I am going to use this tablet to project now the condition of the river channel and the issues which are associated with it. And for that, what I'll be doing is that I'm going to now basically try to show you on the screen what is happening in that area. And for that matter, I will have to put the tablet in such a direction that I'll be able to project it before you. And this is the Satrem landslide. You can see the Satrem landslide has created a massive new channel. You can see that channel in this very clearly. This is the channel. This is absolutely a new type of stream that has been created on a very steep slope. And this is dangerous because it can be seen even from remote sensing satellites from top. It is one of the largest landslide that we could see in recorded history, and it is massive. And at the crown of the landslide, we can see now this type of rock formations here very clearly. And it is quite alarming also because you see all types of these cavities and zones of fracture and subsidence of the rocks, and we do not know, means there are some white here, maybe limestone it is, and lot of clay is there, and all this is some sort of number of reasons can be given about the landslide, but there is another miniature landslide from one direction here. So it is not in one direction but many directions that this massive landslide has occurred in Mahadayi River Basin, indicating that the basin in the upper parts of Goa is not really stable, and this is not the only one. You can see here the Mahadayi River, and also you can see here the channel which is showing the deposition of the debris from the landslide, and the massive amount, thousands of tons of this material has been transported from the slope. We can see here, including huge trees and all, and they have been deposited in this channel, and we do not know what is the fate of these, but little puddles have been created, ponds have been created in the Mahadayi River channel, and I have to check now old images of the same site to confirm exactly what was there. There was an intact forest, and now there is a break in the entire vegetation because of this, and this is a sort of a new stream, and we can say miniature river which has been created on a giant slope, and it will continue to transport lot of sediment, hundreds and thousands of tons of sediment every year during heavy monsoon, and this is going to cause problems for the flow of the river, and perhaps it could lead to flooding of the downstream areas also. But this is not the only type of the landslide, we move little further, we see another interesting and dangerous type of second. This is second landslide near Jalawani Falls, and this is smaller, but it is quite disturbing to see that close to each other these two landslides had occurred, which indicates that not everything is fine with Mahadayi River Basin in Goa along this channel, and the more disturbing thing is that this material is deposited here, and neither Water Resource Department or PWD can do much about it because it is impossible to take any machinery there and get it removed. So it's going to be a permanent feature. It's like a miniature dam because of the flow of this transport of this heavy material, rocks and other this one debris. We see clogging up of the channel here, and then you can see here the more deposition is there in this channel. It has almost gone dry, and that is very dangerous also because further we see another landslide here along the channel, and this is also very alarming because we see more deposition of debris along this channel, and the question is what notice uh, what notice has been taken by the government. I will show you later the details which I sent to the Water Resources Department in another video, and detailed pictures, satellite pictures at high magnification have been sent to their chief with the expectation. Some suggestion have been also made. This clearly shows that within a few kilometers of distance, if this is the condition of the Mahadayi River Basin, what we call a slope instability, then there is a big question mark about the stability of the entire river basin, because this is something unexpected. There are a number of reasons uh, which are known, like tectonic activity, then change in groundwater content, then lots of things, microtectonic. I am not an expert or specialist on understanding the geophysics of these landslides. I am just trying to point out, as any scientist will point out with some basic knowledge of physics, that and geology and earth science, that these are the things which we know as slope instability. They are commonly known as landslide, but they have to be taken seriously because hundreds and thousands of trees have come down from this, and the rocks and the subsoil has been exposed, and torrential rains fall in this area, and what will happen to all these areas. So basically what I have tried to show is a very important type of landslide phenomenon in Mahadayi River Basin, and I am alarmed by this uh, activity, and my basic concern is that we must